Hello, folks. This is Fred McMurray. It's 3 p.m. Central. 3 p.m. Pacific. Wow, I always do that, don't I? 3 p.m. Pacific. It's Tuesday, which means this is not, in fact, Pillars of Franchising. Instead, this is Community Voices. And we got a short one there because everything bounced fast, so we'll run the credits at the end. Today we're happy to welcome Jean Gallagher. Jean, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, Fred?
It's the Central Coast. It's beautiful out. I'm down to one hoodie. What can I say? It's all good. So as part of... Traditionally, as part of all shows that I produce, we always ask where somebody is and what's the weather like. So even in Community Voices, we have to do community weather. So where are you? What's the weather like?
I'm in Auburn, California, so a few hours from you, maybe more like 4.5. And it's a little gloomy today, a little chilly. We're getting ready for rain for the next couple of days, which is not a bad thing for this time of year. And next week is supposed to be beautiful.
So where's Auburn? What's the major city around you?
So direction in California is always challenging for me because I'm an East Coast person and it's in my bones. But Auburn is technically northeast of Sacramento by maybe 30 miles. We're on the between Sacramento and Tahoe.
Okie dokie, that makes sense. Interesting. Well, we continue onwards. So, today we're talking about your new vodcast launching when?
April 7th. It'll be the first and third Wednesdays of each month. It's starting in April.
So, first and third Wednesdays of each month, and it's called Discover Rising Tides. Tell us about it. Who are you going to be talking to? What are you going to be talking about?
Well, yes, Discover Rising Tides, and also how the outside makes the inside better. So I am a business owner, and I rely on the outdoors in order to keep my sanity, keep myself in check, works with my productivity. And so what we're going to be doing is, or trying to work with my productivity. So what we're doing is we're going to be talking to other female business owners and how they manage themselves and how they utilize the outside.
So this show is aimed at in my head, outdoor women. So in the movies, I'm searching there.
Here we go.
In the movies, what oh God, we're gonna go. I know the correct phrase is actor. So what female actor or a character would personify the person you're looking to reach?
Oh my word! So if you're going to do this as a movie actor, now you're in trouble, and you should have prepped me for that question because I'm a terrible movie watcher. So let's kind of take that on another level. So it's surprising the type of people you would look at somebody and might not think that they're outdoorsy, and we're not necessarily looking for marathon runners or ultra runners, but it could be anybody that hikes or paddles or rides their bicycle or saunters outside. The definition of what you do outside is so broad.
So from the way you put that, it sounds like you're not talking about the burly woman who can braid her armpit hair and looks like could squash a grizzly and cut down trees, but you're talking about any woman that likes to go outside and relieve stress.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not going to exclude anybody. So anybody that identifies as female that wishes to be outside and it needs that for their mental sanity.
Mental sanity. I left that in the past a long time ago.
So we've excluded you twice. We've excluded you because it's female and mental sanity.
Yeah, I get to produce it, so I got to be here anyway. So what the heck? What made you want to do a show like this? Why not do a show on I don't know, financial services or health and wellness or culture, or why the outdoors?
Well, part of it is it comes from the heart and it's really important to me. I listen to a ton of podcasts and quite often they're outdoors hiking podcasts. And it just made me realize that there's a lot of people out there with similar interests than I do. And sometimes a financial podcast can be kind of, even though that's my business, that can be kind of boring and dry. And I really exactly. And then there's the whole compliance piece in there too. So I really wanted to be able to have genuine thought out conversations with other business owners because I know that I'm going to learn something and hopefully other people will learn something as well and we can share our stories.
So since we are talking about outdoors, what are your top 3 outdoor activities? My number 1, 2, and 3 is lying on a beach. I'm not sure if that, to me, lying on the beach, listening to the waves is the best thing to do for my semi-sanity, whatever that is I have.
And that's okay. That's legit. So mine are seasonal, and we're fortunate here in this piece of California that I can do more than one season, even in the same day. I'm originally from Maine, and you have to be seasonal there. It's difficult to do, summer things in the winter when it's 0 degrees outside. So we're super spoiled here. I hiked this morning, and I hike a lot. I do snowboard and ride my bicycle, ride my motorcycle. When the weather starts to get a little bit warmer, I'm paddling on my paddleboard. So there's so much to do here. We're so fortunate.
Do you ever? Never mind. I couldn't come up with the correct. But the idea of paddleboard and a motorcycle, I don't know.
I figured that was going to be. It's kind of hard to hook the board up to the bike.
I was wondering, could you do that and have like a motor paddle cycle, something like that? I don't know.
Sort of. Well, you've seen the bicycles with the surfboards,
right?
Clipped on the side, yeah.
It'd be like a hydrofoil.
Yeah,
I could see that. All right, so you said motorcycling. I've got a couple of friends who are doing that. They love doing that. One of them just, I think, last year went up to the big Cycle Fest in Sturgis. Have you gone up to the Sturgis event?
No, I haven't been to Sturgis, but living in New England and then living in Florida, I experienced bike weeks more than I probably needed to.
So then, might we get a remote show from a Sturgis event?
No, I don't think so. I know this. No, I know that where you're not going to get that from me.
Wow, that would have been really, really interesting, wouldn't it, folks? So
yeah, no.
If you got a question, you can chat at thelinkLocalNetwork.com, and we'll ask the questions you asked to Gene, or you can dial in at 323-580-5755. And when we kick off the show on April 7th, same thing will happen. You'll be able to call in or chat on social media or at the website and send your questions. You said, so one thing, we hit the outdoors part really hard. But another thing you said, the other side of that was women business owners. Do women so in a generic question, I guess I'll ask, what are the top activities that women business owners prefer, like the top 3, or do we know?
Well, that's a great question, and maybe that's something that we're going to be able to determine through our conversations twice a month. But I think that a lot of hiking is on the top of the list for a lot of people. It's extremely accessible. It doesn't cost a lot of money to get into it. You can do it most anywhere. So that's probably going to be one of the top ones, I would assume. And it seems to be the hot thing right now.
Yeah, well, you can't do anything else, but you can go out and walk. So I used to love going out and walking, and then I found after the heart attack, I preferred a treadmill because when I really got tired, I could stop. Whereas if I was out hiking, I'd have to still walk back.
Have to walk home.
Right. And I'll tell you, when you've had a heart attack and you're tired, you know to stop. You don't push it way past it. So these days I prefer a treadmill, but oh well. I guess that is hiking. So
you can call it that, sure.
You mentioned financial services. So tell us a bit without violating any compliancy, confidentiality, or secret squirrel rules. Tell us what you do in the financial land.
I am a financial advisor, and I've been a financial advisor for about 16 years, and I really take an education approach to that. I love to teach, and I love to understand and figure out where people's needs are them with planning and implementing any investment or other financial plans that are needed. But it's the conversation and the relationship building that I find the most rewarding, because I learned so much from other people that I can pass on to others.
All right. Well, that was a weird little glitch there. Interesting. All right, we'll have to take care of that. So, we're not talking about financial services on the show.
No, we're not, because it's not here for me the show is not for me to advertise my financial services business. This is really for me to be able to promote other women business owners, because what I want to be able to do is to not just talk about what they do outside, but to initially understand who they are and what they do, give them an opportunity to advertise their business, but also learn from maybe the trials and tribulations that they might have had getting them to the path they're on today. And then we'll also talk about the influence of the outdoors.
All right. So you are going to have guests on this show. Do you have any visibility into your first couple of guests?
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Our first guest scheduled, I'm looking at my list so I don't mess this up. The first guest that's scheduled is somebody that's in the more of a natural wellness field. She's, I don't want to misquote this. She does acupuncture and Chinese medicine. Yeah. And I'm going to be talking to somebody else that also, let's see if I check my list, somebody that does scenic weddings, wedding and videography. And I have about 5 or 6 people already lined up. So I'm really excited about it. And people are looking forward to tell their story. And so what I'm hoping that this is an outlet for them to tell their story.
Okay. So since we just wanted to announce the show today, and we want to keep it short, so everyone will watch this clip and tune in on, what was the date they're going to tune in on?
I believe it's April 7th, which is a Wednesday, the first and third Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific.
So you heard it here. Discover Rising Tides with Jean Gallagher. We're not talking financial services. We're talking outdoor activities, which is not boring. Then again,
so if somebody tries to sneak in a financial service question, we're going to nix that right away. Not talking about those.
We have a mute button. We can always mute them out because God knows we don't need more financial services blather going on. So tune in on April 7th at 3 p.m. Pacific. You can find Jean's page on the Link Local Network. You'll be able to actually listen to the show on the front page of the Link Local Network or watch the video on her page. So welcome to the Link Local Network family, Jean. We look forward to having Discover Rising Tides starting in April.
Thanks so much. I'm excited to be here. I look forward to it as well.
Awesome. So we'll now try for the credits.